What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And I'm so excited, guys, to be talking to you about Damien Rice, one of my favorite artists of all time at this point. And this was really hard to whittle down my top 5 favorite songs of his. And it's amazing because the guy only has 3 studio albums to his name over the last 20 years, but there's just so much great material on each one of them that this was a difficult task, and hopefully this is just a top 5 for now, because it appears that he's going to have some new material for us in 2023. As you saw recently, he was on the top of my list for the top 5 most anticipated albums of this year. So hopefully that comes to fruition very soon, and I may have to, redo this list at some point. But for now, let's get to it. So at number 5.
And so it is just
The Blower's Daughter from his debut album, Oh, from 2003. Man, what a beautiful ballad, and one that I feel is one of the most romantic ballads to be released in this new millennium. A lot of people were introduced to the song from the movie Closer, which I've actually never seen, but I'm sure it had to be used in an effective way. Just that repeating refrain, "Can't take my eyes off of you." It's just, you can envision what's being told in the song. And rumor has it that the title of the song came because his clarinet teacher's daughter he had a fling with or something. I don't know if that's true, but everyone publicly knows about his relationship with Lisa Hannigan, who, as always, lends just beautiful bridge to the song that just completes it in such a fulfilling way. And we'll be talking more about Lisa as this list goes on. But yeah, had to have that on my top 5. So now at number 4. I Don't Want to Change You from my favorite Faded Fantasy. This was released in 2014. Just one of the greatest albums to be released in the last 10 years. I mean, incredible record produced by Rick Rubin. And this was the first single off of the album. And this, speaking of Lisa Hannigan, was written directly to her as a plea, almost as just a plea for friendship at this point. I think Damien realized that the relationship was not going to continue, sadly. This becomes one of the greatest breakup albums of all time in my mind, and this song just is kind of at the heart of it, and such a beautiful melody, the chorus, and again an amazing bridge on this when he gets to that "waters flowing," and it shows that as beautiful as their musical collaboration was, that Damien could continue out on his own and create really the best record that he had made to date. And this song is a clear indicator of that in every way. And that's just at my number 4. So now at number 3. Volcano, again from O, the second track on the album, and the one that has just that really cool, almost like funky guitar riff. Of course, it's in the acoustic vein. Damien Rice, just off the get-go, as really an indie artist who produced and recorded his first debut album all on his own, but it's just got that amazing combination of kind of folky indie with a kind of rock and funk vibe, and then you've got the cello on top of it, and of course him bouncing off of Lisa's vocals. There's an incredible live version. I mean, there's several incredible live versions of this where he really gets some audience participation going. It's just one of those songs that he also live sometimes will run his acoustic guitar through a wah pedal and get it to sound like an electric guitar. Just incredible. But yeah, this studio version, it never gets old, man. Volcanoes burn you down. Such a great metaphor in a relationship. And that's just my number 3. So now at number 2. It Takes a Lot to Know a Man, also from my favorite Faded Fantasy, the second track on that album, and my God, it is just an amazing, epic opus that starts off soft with just some gentle piano, but as the song builds and builds, you get, a full, I believe it's maybe like a quartet of strings, actually more than that by the end of the song. And Rick Rubin's production on this thing is just huge sounding by the end of it. But it almost feels like modern day classical music, the way that this great song just builds and builds. And I love how he's talking about men on the first verse, women on the second. And again, Damien is just one of the best writers about the relationship between a man and a woman, and you kind of, it gives a little bit of understanding into the different sexes of this song lyrically, but musically, man, it is just genius and out of this world. I think it's the highlight from that album, and that's just my number 2. So now at number 1. Delicate, the opening track off of O, and for me, it's the song that hooked me into this guy. I remember back when Borders bookstores, I don't know if anyone remembers these, would have little listening stations, and I would go on the weekends and have a coffee and put some headphones on and check out what's the new music of the day, and this was one of those records. I put it on and I was just transported by this song, and not just Damien's voice, but the lyrics of this, it's so universal, when he sings, how can you sing hallelujah if it means nothing to you? It gets you on such a core level in so many different ways. It works emotionally, spiritually, you name it, man. And it was one of those songs that hit me at a time where me personally, I was going through some stuff and kind of questioning myself as an artist, an aspiring musician at the time, and I was kind of wanting to call it quits, but that song, man, made me want to keep going, because I was like, this guy from Ireland who's just carving out his own musical career, who for a time was like living almost homeless in Italy, in Tuscany, before he decided to make this record. It's just amazing, man, his story, and he's got everything to back up his talent, and it's so great to see where this guy has come from, what he's been able to accomplish, and this song is just incredible. I think one of the greatest written singer-songwriter ballads of all time, and yeah, that's my top 5, guys. So let me know in the comments below what you think. What would your top 5 be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because so many great Damien Rice songs. Cannonball, anything else off of my favorite Faded Fantasy, of course, 9, so much great. Elephant, I could go on and on. So incredible, and I can't wait for the new album, Damien. Hopefully it's coming very soon. So guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, big countdowns, and so much more here at Johnny Radio, where we're always discovering and rediscovering great music. So thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.